I want to celebrate Serena Williams' 22nd Grand Slam win. I want to celebrate that she won the doubles title the same day with her sister. I want to celebrate that she's just a couple away from Margaret Court, who has 24. That's the record. She's now tied with Steffi Graf. I want to celebrate that the 34-year-old is one of the best athletes of our time. Not female athletes, one of the best athletes of our time. She is one of the most mentally tough athletes of our time. It's her 7th Wimbledon title. She's had 6 U.S. Open titles, 6 Australian Opens, and 3 French. She's had 14 double majors wins as well. My gosh, she's amazing. And if you watched any of the finals, really, she had near perfect serving. 13 aces in the final as well. We need to celebrate Serena Williams and what she did over the weekend. It's huge. That's what I want to be talking about. I want to celebrate when an athlete, and this time a woman, does something remarkable. When Tiger Woods was winning, when Tom Brady was winning, when the Dallas Cowboys were winning, when the Yankees were winning, when we see these dynasties, do we talk about Serena Williams as a dynasty? We should. And she's not finished, which is pretty darn cool. And if you've heard me talk about the story when I met Serena, it was 1998. Martina Navratilova and I were hosting a walk around the University of Miami campus to raise money for women's athletics at the University of Miami. And Martina and I were the hosts, and I was the MC at the event. So I was the one that at the starting line, at the finish line. And so I started everybody, and then I thought, well, I'm going to run this, and then I'll get here quick enough to be the announcer at the end. And then I met Venus Williams, who was at the time this up-and-coming tennis star, and a little sister that nobody knew, sitting in the bleachers, Serena. And Venus was the one that everybody was talking about. I think she's 2 or 3 years older than Serena, and it was this big thing that, and Martina didn't come to the event, but she was one of the main sponsors, and we talked on my show about it, my local show in Miami at the time. And what was really cool for me as I look back, and Serena wouldn't remember me from anybody, but I walked the 3-mile course with Serena Williams and her mom, not ever knowing she was going to be who she is, not ever knowing she was going to surpass Venus as one of the best athletes of our time. Surely someone we should consider who is creating a dynasty for herself with 22 Grand Slam titles. I just love it. If it was a man doing it after this weekend, I would be talking about that too. But Andy Murray won, but he's not a dynasty just yet. He's got a ways to go. But U.S. tennis has changed. When I was watching sports as a young person and in the early part of my career, it was all about men's tennis, and then the women were kind of on a side note. We still had the Steffi Grafs, the Monica Seles, Jennifer Capriati, Martina Navratilova. I mean, there were women playing tennis that were amazing. I could go on and on. Gabriela Sabatini, Maria Sanchez-Vicario. It was just a lot. But men's tennis with Pete Sampras and John McEnroe and Andre Agassi, and before, it just was such a pinnacle for men. And here we are in 2016, and I don't know if Serena's getting the credit and the applause and the cheers as she should be getting. So I'd like to give her some here. Yay, Serena Williams! Do you remember me from the day we walked around the University of Miami campus? I think it was February of 1998. I didn't realize she was just Venus's little sister at the time, because Venus was someone everybody was talking about. And I remember walking over, introducing myself to Venus because I think she shot the gun. She was the honorary starter of the walk. So I went over and I met her dad, and he wasn't that friendly, to tell you the truth. He was actually kind of a jerk. But then I got to walk around with Serena and her mom. And at the end, this is kind of funny. It just came to me. At the end, because I try to be funny. I think I'm funny sometimes. At the end, instead of walking across the finish line, I fell and crawled across the finish line. So maybe, just maybe, if someone told Serena that story, she might remember it. But I think she was Well, it's 1998. She's 34. You do the math. That was, 18 years ago. So she was 16, right? Yeah, 16. I don't know if she'd remember. There you have it. That's my story. And I'd like to celebrate and honor someone who won 2 titles in the same day at Wimbledon this past weekend. The singles, easily in straight sets, and then the doubles with her sister Venus. All right. That was important to me.